You keep seeing the same faces in your deal flow, don't you? The same backgrounds, the same pitches, the same predictable stories. You back them again and again because they feel safe, familiar, like a well-worn path that, while imperfect, seems like the least risky route. And yet, deep down, it gnaws at you. These are not the founders who shake the earth or rewrite the rules. They don't burn with the fierce fire that changes everything. This isn't just a market inefficiency. It's a cycle built on fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of the edge, fear of being the one who bets wrong. But here's the brutal truth, and it stings like a fresh wound. By playing it safe, by backing the same types of founders, you are confirming the lie the world tells us every day. That comfort is king, that the system works, that excellence is a narrow gate reserved for a select few who fit the mold. You are caught in a loop where the extraordinary is sidelined while the ordinary gets a polite nod. This cycle isn't just a problem, it's a cage, a prison wrapped in the illusion of freedom, where conformity is rewarded and the rebel founders, the game changers, remain ghosts in your peripheral vision. You want to break this loop, and it starts with a question no one asks loud enough. Why do angel investors, those who should be the most hungry for disruption, keep backing replicas instead of revolutionaries? Because the truth is uncomfortable. Because comfort feels like security. Because the edge is terrifyingly lonely. But every second you stay in that familiar space is a second lost to the future that could be. The founders you need to back, the ones who make you both terrified and exhilarated, don't come with polished pitch decks or rehearsed jargon. They come raw, fractured, sometimes misunderstood. They carry ideas so wild, so risky, the masses say no before they even listen. These founders are magnets for doubt, not certainty. Chaos, not control. And yet, this is exactly where true impact lives. Your role, the role of the angel investor, is to see past the surface, past the initial discomfort, to recognize the spark others overlook or fear. That spark doesn't come in a neat package. It comes in turmoil, in grit, in the refusal to settle for the usual story. Here's the brutal part. To find these founders, you have to unlearn everything comfortable. You have to burn the old playbook that says, look for experience, look for market validation, look for the data. Because every time you let the past dictate your bets, you scientifically exclude the future. Not only that, you feed the same system that rewards obedience and punishes rage, that builds cages and calls them freedom. You become part of the problem. But don't despair. Liberation is possible, and it begins with a ruthless question. What if the best founders are the ones who don't fit your checklist? To break free, your lens must shift from what the founder looks like to what they embody. Look for appetite, not just for success, but for struggle, for destruction, for radical transformation. Look for people who refuse the status quo, who see the world not as it is, but how it could be, and are willing to burn bridges to get there. These are the founders who will weather the storms that break others, who thrive in ambiguity, who build in silence when everyone else has given up. This means rewiring how you evaluate risk. Risk is not a number on a sheet, it's a feeling in the gut. And the most precious risk is the one that unleashes enormous reward because it connects with the founder's unshakable will, their obsession, their relentless refusal to conform. Your job is to distinguish between reckless and raw, between chaos that kills and chaos that creates. That's a skill few investors dare to cultivate because it demands bravery. The courage to face down your own biases, your own need for certainty, your own comfort. Ask yourself honestly, are you investing in people who mirror your comfort zone or those who challenge it? Because backing the same founder types keeps you trapped in mediocrity, and worse, it signals to others that to rise, you must shrink. You send the message that the exceptional must conform, that dangerous ideas must be sanitized. And the world, hungry for change, starves for the kind of founders who dare to be dangerous. So how do you break this chain? Step one is obsession. Not with the idea, not with the traction, but with the founder's story, the why, the fire burning under their skin. Don't just evaluate what they say. Listen to what they don't say. What are they willing to risk? What have they lost? What part of the accepted order have they already rejected? True founders don't fit neatly into forms because they refuse to be shaped by the system. Your instincts must learn to hear the chaos beneath the calm. Step 2 is radical patience. Most investors want a quick win, a safe exit. But to back the founders who disrupt, you must be ready to ride the wildest storms alongside them. You need to embrace a long game, understanding that breakthroughs are messy, that transformation is not instant, that liberation from the ordinary demands time and grit. This patience is not weakness. It is the muscle through which change flexes its power. Step 3 is community, but not the usual network of polite nods and recycled ideas. This community is a selective tribe of misfits, visionaries who burn as fiercely as you do. Surround yourself with those who challenge your views, who push you to risk more, who value essence over noise. Because the rare rise through rare alliances, this forces the system to bend, to strain, to break. Alone, change feels impossible. Together, it becomes inevitable. Step 4 is transformation. Not just in the founders you back, but in yourself. This is the hardest step, because it demands that you question everything you thought you knew. It means losing the comfort of safe bets and embracing the raw, unpredictable energy of the future. You must redefine what you call success and recalibrate your moral compass away from conformity toward courage. This transformation isn't a process, it's a rebirth. And through it, you break the chains that bind you to the past and step boldly into what's possible. Remember, the founders who make history are not those who wait for permission or polish. They are the ones who burn, who rage, who break the rules. They don't wait to be saved by the system. They create a new system from the ashes of the old. Your role is not to soften their fire, but to fuel it, to provide the oxygen that turns sparks into unquenchable flames. This is the power only angel investors hold, a chance to rise above the noise and back the rare, the wild, the true agents of change. Feel this with every fiber of your being. By backing the same types of founders, you become part of the problem, a silent collaborator in dulling the world's edge. But by breaking free, by chasing the founders who scare you, who challenge you, who make you feel alive with uncertainty, you become a catalyst for transformation that ripples far beyond your portfolio. This is not comfortable. It is not easy. It is damn right terrifying sometimes. But it is the only way to truly own your power, to be free from the illusion of choice wrapped in conformity. Do not chase belonging or belonging's comfort. Chase essence. Chase becoming. Find the founders who refuse the rules, who are done waiting, who will rather burn than bend. That is where your next fortune, your true impact, your real legacy lives. The world is screaming for this kind of rebellion, and only you can answer. Don't just be an investor. Be a liberator. Be the one who frees the future.